Hi, my name is Harold Reagan Eswar. Everyone calls me Egan. I'm from Sabah, originally from the district of Keningau, which is 143 kilometers from Kota Kinabalu, where I am based now.
Why you created the artworks by using such medium? I know that this is like AutoCAD drawing, right? Yeah, and then is there any story that behind that why you want to choose this medium?
So we were given the theme home by the organizers. So everyone was focused on staying at home, lockdowns, not going out. So I tried to see it in a different way, not because I'm bored with this stay-at-home theme, this pandemic theme they call it. I just want to see it in a different light. So I look back what home means to me. I was stuck in Kota Kinabalu in my house with my family, my wife and my kids, and I was thinking about my mom back in the kampong lah. So I was thinking like maybe that's home. Maybe in another perspective, that is where I want to go, where I not say need, but yeah, it's somewhere that I miss. So when I see the word home and my parents, I see the district of Keningau. I live in Kota Kinabalu, so this is in Keningau. What else can I portray in this home? Then I realized I have so much connection to this place, even though I only was there during my high school years, but during that time I feel like the connection is really strong, and we made some very good networking at home, Keningau. So I want to reconnect with them. So I got in touch in a WhatsApp group, and if you can see in this work, there's a thread of a WhatsApp thread, and we started discussing about how we used to skateboarders lah, and back when we were younger lah, and that was a very interesting time for me and I can call them my community lah. So we had a lot of similarities, differences. We came from different backgrounds, different financial tiers, you can say, and still we were the same, meaning we were skaters, we were friends, we are so-called family. Some of them are literally family, cousins and relatives. So I want to document all this into something that is legit, something that is tactile, something like this, because I was trained as an architect. I do building plan drafting, and I want to, instead of people looking forward to the future, maybe they can pause for a bit and see what was the past like in this form. So that was how I came about with this lah.
Because I know that most of the people, they are not really familiar with AutoCAD. So have you ever worries that maybe someone will not really know what is the AutoCAD? Because you see other medium, they are very direct, like craft, painting, art. So have you any thoughts that the connection between arts and also this one?
That's a very good question. Yes, I had doubts at first when I was starting to do, I call this my spatial biography documentation. So it's why space has a biography. I feel space has some kind of life to it, and when you see something that is living, it reminds you of something, and you get some kind of an interaction happening. I'm architecturally trained, so this is the closest thing I can imagine of doing it. So while I was doing it, some kind of a censoring thought came into my head. Like, what if people don't understand this? What if other artists won't perceive this as art? What if all the what ifs came, and I asked myself again, what is art? I mean, does it has to be something that is does it have to be like, does it have to tick all the boxes that requires it to be art? And end of the day, I was like, I don't care, as long as I get my message through, I get my emotions through, whatever I want to express. But still I was scared. Still I was like, what if people don't like this? What if I cannot sell this? What if galleries won't take it in? And I guess during the pandemic, now we're still in this situation, during the lockdowns, I tend to have a lot of conversation with myself, and we go to and fro, like discussing this. I take a lot of notes, and by the end of it, it's just for me. And whether I want to show it to someone or not, it's all up to me. So, I'm thankful for Georgetown Festival for having this platform, and I really took this in personally, and I really want this to work. So when I applied, when I submitted this idea, I was like, tidak peduli, like I don't care. I just want to submit, and I'm not sure if people are going to like it or not. And thankfully people understood it. It's in a literal sense, it's a technical drawing of what I've experienced. And there's words, there's a legend. It's technically, a working drawing. We call it working drawings in the architectural field. I was worried that people might see it as something that is not abstract, or you have too much words in this. You have too much. You're telling too many things, and you don't leave some kind of a imagination element to it. But what I'm doing here is I leave people with a lot of what ifs, because when you read these notations and sharings and stories, you will somehow find yourself in it. You won't see the person, because I left the identities of these people behind. I didn't want to say who these people are. They might get in trouble for that. But people who read these things are seeing themselves in it. They also like these kind of shops. They also like these kind of sports. They also have that kind of boyfriend or that kind of girlfriend. It's all here. And end of the day, they don't see the artwork. They see themselves. So I guess that's how I relate to people. I show them some similarities in life experience lah. Yeah.
Is there any like your most favorite stories you want to share? That you think like
My favorite story, yeah. Oh, okay. There's one story here. This friend of ours, he died a long time ago. So it was 93, 94 up till 96, but I guess it was around 93 and 94, if I'm not mistaken. We had our first cyber cafe in Keningau, in the district of Keningau. The whole town, one cyber cafe. So there's a couple, so very lovey-dovey. They email each other from the same cyber cafe. They go to school at different times. As we know, the Malaysian system has like the first half of the day is for which standard of the school. So the boyfriend goes to school in the morning, and then the girlfriend goes to school during the afternoon. So when they're not in school, they would go to the one cyber cafe and email each other, and then it's that one cyber cafe. It's somehow silly, but cute, and when you look back, that was Kaningao. It's something that we have, and at the same time, it's something we don't have. And whatever is there, we use it to the maximum potential until it's ours. So yeah, by that story, we can say that yeah, Kaningao was that town where we only have one cyber cafe, and I don't know. Maybe it can be like an identity thing or something. I don't know. Yeah, in a funny way lah. Yeah.
Actually, first, like when I reading through your proposal and also like your biography, actually, we first saw you is like at the Julius Awards, yeah. So, because you are, I think you are the only Malaysian to get the awards, right?
In Julius Baer?
Yeah, in Julius.
For that category, yes, I was the only Malaysian. But there were two categories. The other one was video. So the video had one Sarawakian, if I'm not mistaken. I might forget. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to ask that. How's that the awards like? If you any changes or how you feel that you get the awards?
Can you repeat that?
Oh, is that how you feel like when you know that you get the awards, or like how it changes maybe?
Actually, that time I felt kind of numb. Actually, I didn't really know what to feel, because I mean, I've won awards, but it just doesn't feel like as if I earned it. I'm worthy of it. I guess this is something I need to work with myself. Getting awards is something very, very foreign for me. So when I mean, it's not an award. Yes, it's good enough that I was in the final 10, and I feel like, is this really happening? Like, because all this while I was doing murals and paintings and abstractions, and I guess when you're following the trend, can I say that? When you're following something that is general, that is vast, that is being done by a lot of people, you feel connected. You feel like I'm doing this too. But people don't see it. People see it as something that is repetitive. Oh, this again, and oh, I've seen this before. That's what people are looking. That's what people are seeing. So when I finally found this and I started doing spatial biographies, I felt like, is this it? I mean, it's easy for me because I can really connect with this style, but I was worried because I don't. It's a lonely journey. I felt very alone, and no one else is doing things like this. I was referring this work to a lot of curators, writers in Malaysia and also abroad, asking them, have you seen works like this? Because I know somehow this is like, I can call this art, but can it be accepted? So I was seeking validation. So people were telling me like, I've never seen this before, and some people said, I've never seen this before, but it's good. I've never seen this before, but this is kind of like dangerous because you're involving other people. so I got a lot of mixed opinions. End of the day, it's up to me how I want to show it, how I want to cut out all the other sensitive details, because this is not everything. If I put in everything, then it's going to be like it's a political document. So when I got awards, it felt very ganjil, very strange, very. I guess if I'm getting more awards because of this work, it might feel strange also. It will never be normal because I don't know. I'm not sure. Something for me to work out with myself.
That's very quite strange.
Yeah. Strange.
It's like, we got awards, but it's like very strange.
I guess when we're working with memories, we're working with something that you cannot see. You want to put it into something that is something you can touch, something that is tactile, something that is a space, a building. My mom gave this to me before she died, maybe. Then that memory would mean something. But all I have is my district, so I have this building plan.
So I continue my question. So what are the challenges that you face during the creation of this?
Challenges are, at first it was myself. Do I even want to start doing this? Because before this I was doing a lot of sketches on things like this, and when I started doing AutoCAD, when I started coloring, I felt like this is another level. This is when you're here, it's like you need to finish this. So I got worried. That was the challenge I first saw, because when I start something, I have automatically I have the responsibility to finish it, and I got worried. I got worried of this commitment. But as I go along, it felt validating, because the people that I interviewed, the people that shared their photos, their lives with me, agreed to this so-called project. They agreed to share everything that they remember, and I feel like I take it as a sign that this is one of the blessings of this project now. The other challenge was when you get so many sharings, you get so many datas. Some of them are very dangerous stories. Like you have a lot of political issues. You have a lot of social dilemmas, or some of them are like sexual harassments, some of them are violent, and some of them are it's like I took one in. It's an apology from a friend to this other friend that are not talking anymore. So it's there. So when I wrote in that, I really felt like this is a tool. But what if this thing is something that is a catalyst for more fighting, for more disagreements? I was worried about that, because you have, like, in a space, like let's say a room, and then person A would say, oh, I left this drink here for this person, for person B to drink, because I care for him, something like that, let's say. And then person B would come into the room and saw this glass, and his input is, this bugger, he left the drink there, and then all the ants come and I have to clean it up. So there's two different perspectives there, and these things, it repeats itself here. And you see, like, I broke his side mirror from the car, and then this, because when I was parked here, someone ran over it and I couldn't catch the person. But this person's view is like he couldn't like enter the parking well, and then until my side mirror is broken, something like that. So there's a fight going on. It gets a bit more sensitive than that lah. So yeah, I had to censor all these things. I had to like, maybe this can be used on a different day in a different light. So a lot of censoring had to be done lah. Not because the stories are not good, but probably it has some kind of an effect to my collaborators. But other than that, yeah, it's all good.
Do you think that like your connection with the now and other people is like more closer after you start this?
I want to say yes, because when I discovered this WhatsApp group of the skateboarders community in Keningau, they were just reminiscing what experience they have during the 90s, and that group was a bit cold. It was a bit dim. Nothing much was happening. They shared video clips, they shared jokes, but when I came about bringing this topic, bringing this project into the WhatsApp group, they started writing long sharings, and those sharings were interacted with a lot more comments, and we reconciled, we connected with other friends who were not in the WhatsApp group. We brought them in, and it's like a reunion, an online reunion, if you can call it. So one of them said, one of them thanked me because of this project. We now get to be with all the kampung boys, but most of them are far away, but virtually we are all in the same chat room lah. And yeah, I guess it brings some kind of a good to a community. If I can bring this to other communities, maybe it will have the same effect, maybe, because we don't know human dynamics. So I'm really hoping that if I can work with other communities, I can bring this positivity to that community. You know.
So now you are only like started documented coming out stories only, right? Have you like any other plans to expand to other places? Yes.
I want to work with people who are facing some kind of a social issue, like if you see Sabah or Borneo. Sabah has an issue with migrants. They call them illegal sometimes, undocumented children. So I really want to work with these people and show other people who don't see this perspective, show them that these people are undocumented. They are called illegals because of what? Because of why? Because of who? Then from there, I guess we can have this neutral platform where everyone can discuss this in a creative way, and try to see a solution to even if it's not going to be something that is going to settle the problem, but at least people understand what the problem is, and they acknowledge. First, we need to acknowledge the problem. So I guess by using this artwork as a tool, then maybe I can help out the community in that sense. I also want to work with the indigenous people, because there's a lot of land grabbing, deforestation happening in Borneo. So in the same sense, try to, because when you, for instance, that area, it's just green and forest, but you don't see any human activities. It's just trees. But if you can pinpoint, this is our grave site, this is our water well, and this is where there's two different water wells in the jungle. One is fresh water, one is salted water. So salted water is very good because the deers, the animals, they go there and drink for their minerals. I think it's an animal thing. So that's where the hunters go and hunt animals. So it's water for water source, salt water is for protein source, something like that. So yeah, then you can see some kind of a human activity. Then land grabbing, so-called planned development can be avoided.
So it shows things like you have like both experience like with like maybe you want to document the migrants or like this kind of thing. I think my last question maybe you can like really think that what does home mean to you, like, especially after you know more issues of migrants. Yeah, because I think home for them like the means also very like not a very direct things to them, right? Because like home is one. So what does home means to
What does home means to?
you?
Home means to me. Since I was born until now, I have been moving for more than 20 times. So I don't know what home means in a physical, in a location sense, in a space sense. During college years, I moved for 5 times. During primary and secondary school, we moved for 4 times. And then after working, after finishing my SPM until now, I guess it was more than 10 times. So in a location, in a physical sense, home is nothing. Nowhere, there's no place, there's no exact location I can call home. I guess home is where your family is, and by saying family, it doesn't even mean that it has to be blood related. It's someone that you care about and someone who cares for you. That is family. Because I've been living with my biological family, and also this strangers that I don't know whom I really need to call my family. So whenever I'm with these people, I feel at home. I feel warm. I feel accepted. So yeah,